Hi there, my lovelies. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make scones. I love making scones because they're easy, quick, and if you have the right recipe, they taste amazing. I also love them because they make great gifts, and since the holidays are coming up, I thought it'd be the perfect recipe. So let's get baking. First, we're going to start by making our pumpkin scones. Then add in your flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt, which is my dry ingredient base for all of my scones. And because these are going to be pumpkin scones, we're also going to add in some pumpkin pie spice. I'm just going to give that a quick mix to evenly distribute everything. Pumpkin pie spice is more of an American thing, so I'll leave a recipe on how to make it along with the full measurements of the scones in the description box below. Next, add in your cold, cube butter and give that a mix until the butter is combined with the dry ingredients. It should look almost like sand. Then we're going to add in our wet ingredients. I'm going to add in some heavy cream, pumpkin puree, vanilla extract, and an egg. And give that a mix until it becomes dough and no longer sticks to the bowl. Make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl to combine everything together. And give that another mix. I'm going to add my dough to some saran wrap and let that rest for 20 minutes before I roll it out. While we wait for that to rest, we'll work on our maple pecan scones. So add the same dry ingredients to your mixer, except instead of pumpkin pie spice, I'm going to add in some chopped pecans. Go ahead and give that a mix. Then again, add in your butter and give that a mix until it reaches the sandy consistency. Then add in your vanilla extract, heavy cream, and instead of pumpkin puree, I'm going to add in some maple syrup, and then the egg. Mix again until it becomes the dough, and again let it rest for 20 minutes. Lastly, we're going to make our Christmas scones. So again, add in your base dry ingredients, and this time I'm going to add chopped dried cranberries and apricots, and some pistachios. You can add really any pairings you want to this scone recipe. You could do a cinnamon apple or a chocolate and macadamia nut. Okay, so I'm adding the same wet ingredients, but instead of pumpkin puree or maple syrup, I'm going to add in some orange juice. And instead of my vanilla extract, I'm going to add in some orange extract. But if you don't have it, you can stick with vanilla extract. Then I'm going to let that dough rest as well. Okay, so our first dough is rested for 20 minutes at this point. I'm going to add my dough in between two pieces of wax paper and sprinkle a little more flour on both sides of the dough. To make sure they are the same height, place 2 books on either side of the dough and roll out your dough. Then take a large biscuit cutter and cut out a circle. With a knife or pizza cutter, cut out small triangles. Place them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper or sprayed with baking spray. Then add your dough scraps together and re-roll it and continue to make your triangles until you run out of dough. I'm going to bake these at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. While those are baking, roll up the 2 other doughs. I'm going to let those cool completely while I make the icings. For my pumpkin scones, I'm going to make 2 icings. I have powdered sugar in both bowls, and to my first bowl I'm going to add some heavy cream and give that a mix until it reaches a smooth consistency. If you don't want to use dairy, you can always use vanilla extract instead. To the second bowl, I'm going to add some pumpkin pie spice and then some pumpkin puree, and give that a mix until it's smooth. Then add your pumpkin icing to a Ziploc or piping bag. Dip the pumpkin scones in the first icing and then pipe zigzag lines with your pumpkin icing. For my maple pecan scones, I'm going to add some maple syrup and a little bit of water to some powdered sugar and give that a mix. Dip your scones into the icing and then sprinkle one corner of the scones with thinly chopped pecans. For my Christmas scones, I'm going to add some orange juice to some powdered sugar, and that's it. Just give that a mix, and then dip your scones in that as well. Let them all dry and they're ready to eat. Now you have 3 awesome holiday recipes before Christmas. I'll also leave some fun combinations in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe and also leave me a comment if there's any recipes you want to see before Christmas. Bye, my lovelies!